Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. Everybody back together again. And we got something new for you today as well. We're debuting on Twitch today. Another platform where you can watch the After the Show podcast.
Son of a Twitch.
That's it. So I think that's what was going on. There were some technical things getting that all set up. So I apologize. We were starting a little bit late if you watch us live.
Yes, Grumpy42793 says, about time.
Yeah.
Their name's Grumpy.
That's it. But here we are. All good. I got a ton of emails to get to here today. So we had last week, I had to go to a little radio convention thing in Chicago on Wednesday. And so you guys were in here on Wednesday. And then, we got some emails here. One question, was the VJD put on timeout on Thursday and Friday?
No, to be quite honest with you, I had a talk with the witch, and just by talking with her, I could tell she wanted a couple days off. And I look, I could have used a couple days off too. So we made a decision just not to do it. It had nothing to do with any management or anything.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, it's good.
We fear no
breather.
management.
No, I mean, Kevin did send us a text message, wrap it up, dick faces, but...
That's right. Hanging on every word. Yeah, so we went, blew it out this weekend. Went bar hopping on Saturday with the Queen in Chicago. There's so many great bars that are in Chicago. It's a drinking town, too.
You love Chicago, would you say?
I do. I really love Chicago. There's several things I love. First of all, we stay in a great area. It's right on the Michigan River. If you ever see any of the cutaways they always do of Michigan, you see those drawbridges, and that's kind of about where the hotel was. And yeah, it's nice during the summer because there's really no humidity. Temperatures are, like in the low to mid 70s.
Really?
Yeah, and they got this whole Riverwalk area where they've got a couple different little bars and places that are seasonal. They're only open in the summer. That's right there on the river. And so you got a lot of people on the river. Yeah, you got Michigan Avenue. They just got a lot of bars. So, yeah, it was good. So it was a lot of fun. So we hit all that. We went to a Cubs game on Friday in Wrigleyville, and so we went bar hopping then, and then hit on Saturday. There really wasn't a lot left to do that we wanted, so we just kind of went to different areas and did some bar hopping on Saturday. I'm too old to bar hop anymore, I think. Oh my gosh.
You'll start feeling back to yourself around Thursday.
Good Lord, yeah. I'm just I feel puffy. You ever feel puffy?
Yes.
My gosh.
A puffy little pussy.
I feel like a sponge.
You can feel
what happened?
You feel the puffiness around your eyeball area.
Oh, yeah. It's just,
The eye puff is real.
It is. It's terrible. I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Like the one cashier told me when I was getting alcohol, she's like, oh, let me see your, oh, never mind. You can see the age, it's all in the eyes, man.
Yeah.
Everything's in the eyes.
Yeah, I think I put another year on my face on Saturday.
I think that's what happens to people who party too much. You start to wear it a little bit.
Yeah.
Guilty, Your Honor.
So, yeah, I was like, oof. Yeah, it's about time for one of them cleanses, Virginia.
Dude.
Yeah, I got to flush it out.
Me too.
Yeah.
What does a Kevin Ralston cleanse mean?
There's a couple of, I'll do a squeeze cleanse, but one is just kind of getting back to the diet. I mean, it's a twofold. One, you're just drinking more than you normally do, and that's what it is. I usually am not so back to back to back, like, hey, we're at a bar.
Like you're spring breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of where it is. And then the food is throwing me off as well because I'm pretty regulated on the food. So when you're out, you just every now and then, because you'll find pickle chips or something like that. I don't do pickle chips that often, but back-to-back days. In fact, I don't know what kicked my ass more. It might have been booze and pickle chips, but yeah, whatever I was putting in my body was like
the combo.
Just holding on to everything.
You're on vacation. Let the man have some fucking pickle chips.
It was
exactly.
it. Yeah, and I knew that. I said to the Queen, I'm like, well, we're going to blow it out in Chicago, and then get back to it and hit a cleanse and get all that crap out of our system.
If pickled chips is your biggest concern, you need to go on vacation with me. Holy fuck balls!
I will tell you though, man, we went to that Portillo's again.
Oh yeah,
that has that beef sandwich with the au jus.
I love that.
Yeah.
My dad sent me that one year for Christmas because they also make it like Gold Belly will ship you all the ingredients to make the Portillo dip sandwich.
It was holy crap, and we probably were in line. I don't know, maybe better part of almost an hour.
Wow.
Standing there just kind of like waiting to get this sandwich. And I was like, there's no way it's worth it. It was freaking worth it.
See,
it was so good.
That's where I would buy 2 to 3 sandwiches because the line, that justifies buying more than one sandwich for myself.
Well, and I think the way it is too, because it's already, you want it soggy.
Right.
So like a lot of times I'm not typically a soggy guy, but man, when that au jus is in that bread,
You like it wet.
That one you do. That
You
one
like
you
it
get
wet.
That sandwich you get wet, and it was so good.
That's
man.
a world famous sandwich.
Yeah, they need to do a Portillo's in South Florida.
That wet ass Portillo's at WAP.
Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah, the cool thing about that is the au jus sauce that you can really dip it, get it all nice and saturated.
Yep.
Oh,
I hear you. Let me see. You got a question here in Spanish. What is better, Chicago or Tennessee? Oh man, that's a tough one. When it comes to bars and bar hopping,
That's tough. Nashville or Chicago?
yeah, I would say Nashville is more concentrated.
True.
You just can't even beat that. And so Chicago,
It's more neighborhoods and you have more of it, but it's more
'cause
spread.
it's a much bigger city.
Yeah.
And the tall buildings are really awesome and all that. So I did love that. But yeah, I think as far as concentration, yeah, Nashville is still, and we're talking
Nashville, you can walk everywhere.
Yes.
Even to the stadium. So
Yeah.
if you go there for an NFL game, you can party and then you can walk to the stadium and walk back to the bars. I love that. But Chicago, you can too. Their stadium is right downtown.
You love that concrete jungle. You're such a fan of the concrete jungle.
Yeah, I do.
You love
I'm
it.
a big fan of big cities. I grew up in a small town, man. It was always so fascinating to me to see big, tall buildings. The one thing I wouldn't do, though, was my wife was looking at, can't remember what building it is. It's whatever was the Sears Tower. It's got a different name now. I think that's what
The
it is.
glass floor.
You get on a floor and it leans you forward so that you're looking all the way down the side of the building. And she was just showing me the video. I was like,
No.
I can't
Instantly
do that.
makes your butthole and penis tingle.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
It does something to your butthole, Virginia.
Now, when the butthole and the penis start tingling, do you have to massage it out or you just walk it off?
It's
No,
not a
'cause it looks
sexual
weird,
feeling.
yeah.
It's not a good
no.
feeling.
No.
It's not like, oh, I'm so horny now. No, you feel like you're, I don't know, like you're on a roller coaster and but just your butthole and penis are on the roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're scheduled to go to Nashville, I think, maybe the first weekend of October, somewhere around there, to see my son who's there. So, yeah. So I might have flushed all the alcohol out of my system from Chicago by the time we get there. So
Nashville's fun, but so is
Nashville's
Chicago. I mean, these are all fun party towns. If you pick a town with action and you do your research ahead of time,
that's always
that
key.
is so key.
Yeah.
You have to do it and try to get around to places that aren't tourist traps. Try to do your research and find places that locals are glowing about, and then you'll be impressed.
yeah.
People are giving, Colorado a blowjob. Have you ever been to Colorado?
Yes, I have.
Do you like
Yeah.
it out there?
I do. It's beautiful.
Is it the weather doesn't, you're not too much of a cold pussy?
I was there in...
No, he's a puffy pussy.
Yeah. Puffy pussy today.
Get it right.
Yeah, I was there in August. July or August. So it was I haven't been there.
It was
in
a
the
morning
winter.
show boot camp there one year.
Yeah. So I've been there for that. And it was fun. We had a good time. We mixed it up. I do remember a couple cool bars from there, but it's been a hot minute. It's been a while.
Have they said where the next one's going to be?
No, I haven't heard definitely. I heard from
Chicago.
they are doing a lot of Chicago. So
They do Chicago, Atlanta. They used to do New Orleans. I'll go to that one for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if they're, they seem to be stuck on Chicago. Somebody had mentioned Indianapolis as like,
Who said that?
I won't even go into it because nobody else is going to know, and
And
they have basically zero credibility anyway. So.
And it'll probably be a name Virginia does know. It's going to trigger her, and she's going to go on some
Yeah.
rant that no one knows what the fuck she's talking about.
Right? Yeah.
We'll tell you off the air.
Yeah.
Damn.
No,
Room turns quick up in here.
it does. You got to be very careful.
So it was a lot of fun. It's one of the better cities. They do have a place. The rooftop bars are great. That was the one thing that we is along with the other bars. For one night we went and I'd found like the best rooftop bars, and there's a whole bunch right beside each other, and it's really amazing.
Nice.
And in fact, the one thing they did, they're having an air show going on. It's one of the craziest things because we were walking to go have lunch. There's a place called the London House, really nice rooftop place right there off of Michigan Avenue. And I heard a jet. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And if you've ever seen the 9/11 footage, you know that's where
You're like, oh, crap. Is this a terrorist attack?
I was kind of freaking out. I'm looking up and around. Nobody else is. So I'm like, all right, maybe it's just normal. And so we look up and I see a fighter jet.
Oh, my.
I'm like, what the heck? Then I see another one. Then I see a third one. I'm like,
You're
what?
like, oh, it's going down.
Well,
Is that the rooftop?
not on the rooftop yet. We're walking to the rooftop.
Jason would have shit his pants.
You're describing my hell. Just throw a fucking math quiz in there, and that's my hell.
Yeah. And so I see this, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they've got maybe a plane that's heading for a building, and they're trying to divert it off course. I'm like, I don't know what's about to go down
I'm
here.
about to watch a terrorist attack.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
And you see that if you're down around the buildings, that's not a good place to be either.
No.
And so I kind of kept looking, and then all of a sudden I see 4 jets flying together in perfect formation. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was the Blue Angels. And so they were doing an air show in Chicago that weekend. And so we went to the rooftop, and basically they passed by probably 20 times.
Wow.
It was awesome, but after a while you couldn't hear it. It got kind of annoying. But yeah, so we're on the I can't. It's like, guys,
You can't
we're
hear
trying to
the
do
music.
lunch up here.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Yeah, so it was really cool, but yeah, so we got an air show thrown into the mix.
One flyover is awesome. Any more than like 3 or 4, I'm like, all right.
It got to be after a while. We're like, all right, we get what you do.
You're thanking Chicago for the air show in the beginning, and they should be thanking you for your hair show.
Yeah.
Air show,
Oh.
hair show.
That's
Hair
right.
show.
That's right. Had that. Virginia had Bamboozle here on Saturday. She got turnt later on the day, told the story on the regular show.
It was
And
fun.
then after cracking your noggin on Saturday night, you get up for a 5K on Sunday morning.
Because I'm a beast.
That's amazing.
I don't know what to tell you.
You are.
Tyler Cameron and his friends, they did Bamboozle too. And then they were all up for the 5K on Sunday morning. And they were drinking during the 5K. I was like, you guys are next level.
Remember when we did the beer mile? And I've been wanting
That's
to
what they were doing.
I've been wanting to tackle
Wow.
that. We did that back at Wild a long time ago.
Yeah.
We're talking past 12, 13 years ago.
I did it when I was training for marathons. So I was literally at my best shape. And I ralphed like a bitch.
We both ralphed, and we ralphed relatively quickly. It didn't take long for us
Yeah.
to throw up.
Right.
So is that one of those it's impossible to do, or some people can do the beer
No, so
mile?
I've seen people do it.
Okay.
Yeah, there are people that have done it.
I want that fight again.
Dude, I'm slower. I'm fatter.
Yeah, I'm dumber. Let's do it.
Yeah, I think I would barf too.
I would too, but isn't that the fun of it though? The hype around it. Oh, you're gonna barf? No, I'm not. Oh, he's barfing.
There's a video of me projectile vomiting, and somebody freeze framed like this one. It is the most unflattering picture I've ever taken, but it's so awesome.
Well, when we did it too, I think there was something on the line between me and Virginia, and
Yeah.
whoever did better. So we were both
Balls out.
We were being dicks to each other.
Yeah.
We did
Okay.
not want to fucking lose this one.
Yeah. You guys went hard for it.
we did.
We went really hard, and we both throw up pretty equally, pretty quick.
Got to respect that though.
I would love to try it again. Just see, am I better or am I worse? Am I better or am I worse?
I know I'm worse.
Come on, Mama.
I just ran a 5K on Sunday, and I haven't run in about 7 years. The last 5K I ran was the KVJ 5K downtown off Clematis. Remember when we did that?
I do.
That was
Yeah.
the last time,
I remember because you were pushing me in a wheelbarrow.
which was really hard.
I had a broken Everything.
You had a broken
I was just broken.
foot?
He was a broken
Leg?
I
man.
was just broken.
Something.
Yeah, it was my foot, I believe.
I pushed you in a wheelbarrow. Who's a beast?
Okay, Kevin, we have to
Yeah.
have a new rule. She's got to stop calling herself a beast. Because I'm a beast.
Yeah.
We got to put that,
Time to pack beast mode away.
I'm a girl, so instead of beast mode, I'm going to do yeast beast.
Oh, gross.
Ew.
She's in a band called the Yeasty Boys.
Yeah. Other stuff from over the weekend. Randy had sent in an email, said still on Cloud 9 after the Jack Johnson concert Thursday night was amazing.
Aw.
And there's Jack, and then there they are.
A lot of people went that I know said it was a great time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's got that South Florida vibe, so I get it. Somebody else who had gone to the weekend concert a couple weekends ago said, yeah, I was just going to see if anybody else had brought this up, but the weekend concert that just happened at Hard Rock Stadium, parking was $50. It just feels criminal to me.
I saw that. That is outrageous. $50 parking.
Yeah, that is insane. I mean, on top of tickets and everything else.
Guys,
what are we doing?
what are we doing?
Yep.
I'll just park my car at the damn McDonald's and take an Uber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, anymore, you would have to really so be into an artist to even justify the cost. And there's maybe 5 artists I care enough about that I'd probably buy tickets for now.
And you're still going to be like, what the fuck? $50?
We went to that MegaCon in Orlando, and the parking was fucking ridiculous. And it was a lot of money to pay. All we did was we did the same thing Virginia's saying. We saw McDonald's across the street, parked. We were beating everybody in there. I mean, we didn't pay a cent.
Wow.
No, I lied. We did have to pay. We had to pay somebody we had to do a deal. But it was cheaper, and we got in there quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, McDonald's parking lot's not a bad idea.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to be creative because $50, that's 5 beers.
$50, it seems a little criminal.
That's 5 beers.
Yeah, depending. I'm not sure how much. I know some venues do 15 a beer.
That's true.
So
That seems criminal too.
it's honestly, the whole thing's criminal. It really is. It's at least 3 beers. Let me see. Then, and also from Hard Rock, John had said, yeah, Hard Rock used to allow employees to keep tips, but management changed it, and it all goes into a pool. Management takes their cut from them peons. They say it's corrupt. Yeah, so
They
I think
take
that's
a cut?
Yeah, that's what somebody was complaining about, saying I was, tipping what I thought was the people that were the front-end workers, but apparently the management's dipping their hands in and taking some from it.
I mean, how do you justify that?
I don't know. It's kind
That's
of crazy.
Pretty low down and dirty.
That sounds like some mafia shit right there.
Right?
You can sell your fruit on my street, but I want 30%,
Yeah.
and I want free bananas. Hello, is this thing on? I am.
Yeah.
over here
What
fucking
you're
singing
saying
from
is
my-
legit.
I'm singing for my supper over here.
Yeah, free bananas.
Yeah.
Y'all, I need to go to bed. I did
You and
not.
me both.
I haven't slept well in about 2 or 3 years.
Okay. Wednesday night, you got a pretty good show. Black Keys and Band of Horses going to be at I Think Financial.
What is this?
Wednesday night.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta go. I have to go to that.
You love them.
I need to go to. I'm all right.
That'd be good. Black Keys are very solid, too.
And people say I would like the Black Keys, but Band of Horses is my favorite modern day band. I mean, I love them. I
Right.
love the lead singer.
Very good, yeah.
I think they're so amazing, and their last album was great.
Yeah.
Oh man, on a
Be
Wednesday.
a good double bill.
I'd love to interview those fuckers.
Why don't you try?
I have.
What if we got to go and do a singing thing with them like we did with Bare Naked Ladies and Jason Mraz?
I feel like they're a band that would do it. They're they're cool dudes. Oh man. I think I got it. You want to go? There's no way you'd go on a Wednesday, is there?
I would love to. It's just, I mean, I can't do anything anymore. I'm so old. I'm just so pathetic.
I'm a puffy pussy.
I'm just a puffy pussy over here. I can't do bar hopping anymore. I can't do anything, man. I'd love to.
Damn, that's sad.
It's so sad. Trust me. I didn't have a drop of alcohol yesterday. I feel terrible today.
You didn't have any yesterday?
Nothing.
That's okay. Me and Rich drank for you.
The queen's like, we sat down. She's like, you want to do some wine or margarita? I'm like, no. She's like, yeah, she's like, I'll get a margarita then, pussy. I'm like,
You puffy pussy.
yeah.
Puffy pussy.
I'm like, my gosh, are you doing this? I feel terrible.
Well, there's a time when you have to just say, all right, enough is enough. I can't be on a bender. And after you've drank a couple days in a row, that's a bender.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
And puffy pussies can't handle benders.
I can't, no.
I'm a puffy pussy, and I got tore up at the fucking Olive Garden with my dad and sister. They're not drinking, it's just me. Like, we're all eating and shit, but I'm like, yeah, I'll take another Jameson.
That's awkward.
You're making it awkward right now. I thought it was cool when it's going on. But you're like, dude,
He's
it's
having a good time.
You're getting tore up at the Olive Garden.
I got an email here from Ashley. She said, my husband has a birthday coming up, and we used to love going out in our 20s to clubs together, but now we're in our 40s and left that life behind years ago. He has a birthday coming up, and I'd love to surprise him with a night out full of drinking and music. But is there anywhere we could go in the area where we could get some of the late 90s, early 2000s music and have some good drinks? We're definitely not at the speed of your daughter Caitlin and her friends. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Who is, though?
Nobody.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. A night out with them would kill me now.
I sometimes get hungover looking at our TikToks.
Oh, I know. It's unreal. Yeah, I have no idea. I would just say it depends upon what town you're in, and how far you want to go. Because, there are little towns, everywhere that you can go from, or little bars in different towns.
Do some research.
Are they seeking live music, or can they just be playing 90s music in the background?
Sounds like they just want like the 90s music. But, there are some places that will do that. Thing that's tricky with some bars is they may rotate music a little bit.
They do.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out what night you're going to go out and then who's doing that type of music on that night. Because just because it's a place that's very popular, it don't mean that they do the same thing every night.
If you like the rock, Matthews Brewing, Lake Worth Beach, they pretty much everything is, it's kind of like classic rock, kind of stuff
But
now.
is it covers or is it originals?
It's cover bands.
Okay,
You're not going to find...
He pretty much just does cover bands.
I like cover bands.
If you're in a bar, typically, you're going to see a lot more covers. Not to say you won't see someone do original music.
Right.
But if it's a bar and you're there to entertain the people, unless it's or come see my band play, we're Swamp Grass Release would do a lot of original music, but people want to hear the covers. They just want to.
Yeah.
He's right.
Musicians don't want to do the covers. Here's my new shit. Fuck
Nobody
it.
wants to
Play
hear it.
the Joker, asshole. Unless it's Kevin and Jason.
Yeah, Johnny Brown's is a good place on the Ave in Del Rey.
That's where your daughter was telling me to go. I was trying to meet up with her the other day because we were down there. And she said Johnny Brown's.
Yeah.
But it's like open air.
It is.
Mama likes AC.
Okay. All right, then depending upon the day, Tin Roof might, be all right for you in the daytime.
It can turn south if you are forced to watch a shitty band in the heat. I've been forced, Kevin.
Let me see. You got this email from Stephanie and Erica. It says, what do you call two lesbians that went to BJ's for dinner? Surprisingly satisfied and stuffed. Okay. All right. A little comedy there.
I love it.
Kevin has been talking up this restaurant for a while, so we finally decided to go this past Saturday night. We had to try the avocado egg rolls, and holy shit balls, they did not disappoint.
Wow.
They're the best things I've had in my mouth in a long time. Sorry, babe. As we were finishing those, my lady says, when you see our server, we should order dinner. Well, me with a confused look, motherfucker, we ordered 10 minutes ago. Are you high? Well, she, with a sheepish grin on her face, answered that question really quickly. Apparently, she'd done an edible, and the brownie kicked in, right? As she didn't even remember ordering dinner. So there you go. We'll definitely go back. So anyway, they said they liked it. It's a good place.
They surprisingly had good pizza. It's thick. It's a thick pizza at BJ's. Yes,
okay.
They have a thick, more of a Sicilian type.
Okay.
And it's got a nice base to it.
Yeah, they do pretty good stuff there. I've pretty much everything I've got. It's been pretty solid.
You're making me want to get real fat and sassy today on a Monday.
Yeah.
Hungover from Olive Garden.
Yeah. I can't imagine how bloated I would be if I drank at Olive Garden.
And then you ate the never-ending breadsticks.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'd be double my size
You'd
right
have to
now.
roll Puffy Pussy out the front.
Yeah.
Well, this puffy pussy obviously took about 9 doggy bags home because I was like, all right, I'm feeling it. I'll have a couple breadsticks. And I just started getting turned.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take all this food home. My dad and sister are like, what the fuck is wrong? Saw some KVJ Nationers at Olive Garden.
Nice.
Oh, you did? Okay.
It's the first time I've been to the Gardens one.
Okay.
Prime time shit, y'all.
Is that the one on North Lake?
It is on North
The new
Lake.
one.
It's the new Olive
Oh,
Garden.
wow.
And she's a real nice
She's
one.
shiny.
Okay.
Oh, she's like a fucking brand new Cadillac.
Nice.
So if you're looking for shitty Italian food,
I'm sorry. I fucking love Olive Garden. I don't give a shit if you think I'm a shitty Italian. I think it's good food, man.
Katerina sent an email. She said, so I had a 10-day vacation planned for Marrakesh. By day 2, I hated the place.
damn.
The heat, how dirty the place was, low-class hotels. They consider it a high-class one here. It's the absolute worst place I've ever visited. I end up buying a second flight, $900 to fly home 7 days early, leaving my boyfriend and our friend behind. I was wondering, has anyone ever left vacation early, leaving people behind? If so, why?
Ooh,
Ah, dang.
damn. I mean, it just sounds like poor planning. You gotta work. You gotta do the work on the front end. Look, if you're not from Marrakesh, you gotta get a local to guide you and help you. And I would say that to anybody going to any foreign land. You can't just wing it and go and assume that their 4-star is the same as our 4-star. You just can't. If I'm going to a place like that, I'm finding a motherfucker from Marrakesh and I'm buying him dinner and having him break down Marrakesh for me so I don't make any mistakes. I think that you got to look within on this one. It's not about Marrakesh, it's about you.
Okay.
Damn.
Dang. How about that? Unless
I'm
she's expecting
sorry.
all that.
But it's hard. It's hard to go to other lands and expect them to have the same standards as the U.S. star system of hotels. They're just not.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't even know what to expect.
I wouldn't even know how to start a Marrakesh trip. Like, there probably is about 6 months of intensive research and planning, and
I just know not to do any weed in another country.
oh my God, no! Do not fuck around.
You think oh, everyone's cool like America?
Nope. What? I'm in jail?
Well, and the thing too is I don't know, because the one thing I know people will go over to, and this is Morocco, and so they're Muslim, and so I know sometimes because they don't favor drinking and all that kind of stuff
Right.
is not part of their religion, so they typically they'll have, if you live in a Muslim state where they don't play, they don't look at that, they don't care. So, and I've always kind of wondered, they're like Dubai and some places like that. I even hear that you got to kind of mind your P's and Q's. If you go out and you get really blasted and you're walking around
Cursing or showing affection.
and clearly intoxicated, yeah, you can wind up in some trouble.
I was just hearing a story. My dad, and he knew some tennis guy that was here locally, and this guy went on a surf trip. I forget it was out of the country, and he never came back. And they
What?
investigated this town, and it's kind of like the towns you talk about where the police are in on it.
That's a lot of towns.
Everything in this town was corrupt because me and my dad just watched the special because he had a tie to. He knew of the person. It was a local story here too. Tennis pro from Lake Park went to another country to go surfing, never returned. He went with a buddy. His buddy returns, but he doesn't return. They never find his body. And his buddy doesn't say. He doesn't say diddly dick. He won't talk to people about it. It's a fucking bizarre story. But the family had to get all these investigators that they had to hire on their own dime because they just could not get answers. So they had investigators go down where this country was. The country slips my mind. Everything was corrupt. From
Wow, yeah.
He could have. what could have happened to him, it could have been a billion different things that could have happened.
I learned this when I went to Costa Rica, that it is very tricky to travel to places like that because you don't know who's on the take and you don't know who's good or who's pretending to be good to bum rush you. And luckily, when I went with people that are very good at planning out a trip, and they were surfers, and they knew the house that we were going to be staying in. It was a bed and breakfast. It was Americans that had gone over there and built this surfing bed and breakfast, and they were telling us all kinds of horror stories about how if you go over there and you don't know where to stay or what to do, it can go really bad really quick.
This area where they went to, they said that the number one target is men from America that look like they're single, there to have a good time and drinking, because where they went was a lot of drugs, a lot of prostitution. It just was a seedy, kind of like the Cantina area in Star Wars. It just had a lot of seedy activity, and then you have corrupt police, and they're covering up for the criminal. It's fucking crazy, man. You think you want to go to another country and get all American? Good luck with that.
If you want to go to another country, you best do your research, take a local, do a bunch of research.
Well, he
please.
did. They end up meeting up with a local. The local he took the one guy to go see some surfboards or something, and that's when
they rolled him.
He came back, but he appeared to be on some kind of a drug or something.
Oh,
and he ran out of a shop, but then they go.
Right.
That was the account of his friend saying he came into the shop. He appeared to be on something, then he just ran out. But they think that maybe the friend is that a cover-up story? It was very. I'll send you a link, Virginia. You would like this story.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's about 20 minutes long.
All right, I'll watch that.
Yeah, gotta watch yourself. It's crazy.
It's not a podcast without a little murder talk, right?
Jay Bird always finds a way to work in murder.
I do. I'm very sorry. I know it's a lot for a lot of people.
Recommendation somebody just texted and said, use Tripadvisor. Pick only the top-rated hotels, and every vacation will be amazing. It's basically like Yelp reviews, but for travel. If you're not using that, they say Tripadvisor.
Find a local.
I don't know if that's always the best.
No, not when you get there.
Okay.
Here in the States.
Gotcha.
Ask everybody. Who do you know from Marrakesh? Do we know anybody? I mean, if you ask enough people, you'll find somebody that can help you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anyone from Morocco. I wouldn't even know where to start with that.
I bet you if you went on Facebook, you could find somebody in your Facebook friends that knows somebody, or they used to work with somebody's dad who's from there.
Yeah, no, comb social media, Kev, for a complete stranger to show you around. Sounds real good.
Just go over there without doing research. What's the alternative, asshole?
Well, I think the Kevin Rawson's also not going to be, doing any seedy shit either. I think sometimes you can find trouble.
Well, I mean, you really have to, mind your P's and Q's. And that's the one thing. I think sometimes you go over there and you're trying to have fun. You start throwing some drinks down your pie hole.
And that's just it. I think that's what went down with this guy.
You can't be loose.
Yeah. You got to be on your game.
Because there's people that are just watching for loose Americans.
Right. Yeah. You got to have your wits about you. So don't go over there and do any binge drinking.
And I'd stay away from the hookers, too. There's a real tie.
Thanks.
There's a real tie to...
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
There's a tie to murders and a hooker in a lot of these stories, Virginia.
Foreign hookers with drugs. What could go wrong?
Christine had sent in some fun photos back from a cruise like 20 years ago that we had gone on. Found these going through a box of old things. Enjoy them. Some photos from back in the day.
Oh, I
We're
love
watching
it.
KVJ TV.
That's fun.
It's weird, too, because I've never seen Virginia with a picture with her mouth open.
Yeah. Even 20 years ago she was doing it.
Bitch, I've been catching flies for years.
There's this one woman, Kevin, who she gets so mad anytime she sees Virginia do a picture with her mouth open. Close your fucking mouth! She gets so angry about it. It's so hilarious.
So I open it more.
Well, you got to. Now you have to do it. You should tag her in pictures.
I should. But I don't know her.
I'll send you her.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, great stuff. Thanks for all the emails. Got a lot more we'll get to tomorrow, so we'll start knocking these down. Mail at kvjshow.com. You can send them to us. I want to say what up to the new Twitch audience. Thank you guys for being there. Spread the word. We'll get that posted up on our website if you want to find us as well.
What are we up to with numbers right now? Is there a thing?
No idea. You said 3.
And that's counting him and Denny's.
That's okay.
Yeah.
There's room to grow.
That's it. There is room to grow. So it's day 1 in the books for Twitch. Always trying to get to wherever you are. Y'all have a good day. We'll talk to you later.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.